Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So hopefully this is going to be my last smartwatch activity tracker video. So I got the Fenix 7 Pro and the 7S Pro. So this one is the 47 millimeter in diameter and the other one is 42 millimeter in diameter. So one of the big differences is definitely the size. The weight is, pretty comparable to both of them. A screen size is definitely bigger on the 7, and the lug to lug, so the distance between this point to this point, on the 7S Pro, on the 7S regular, whether it's sapphire or regular crystal, it's going to be 49 millimeter from one lug tip to the other one, and on the 7S, the 7 regular 47 millimeter, it's going to be 53 and a half. So quite significantly bigger and taller, although they share the same thickness. So proportion wise, the 7 is better proportion than the 7S because it is as tall, both are as tall, but because this one is bigger and longer, it makes it wear a little slimmer. But one of the main difference that I've noticed is definitely battery life. And of course, you're going to say the 7 is bigger, so it can house a bigger battery. That is one thing. But the battery life on the 7S, if you use it every day as a smartwatch and as to track activities, with or without sunlight, quite frankly, if I get like 12 days out of the charge, it's pretty much the maximum. And they advertise like 40 days with a certain amount of light throughout the day. But realistically, unless you live in Arizona where, you live in a sunnier place than where I live at the moment, you might be able to reach 14 days, but those are very optimistic numbers. The 7, though, I managed to get up to 20 days so far. So to me, I debated for a while because of the size difference. Should I go with the smaller one because I have baby wrist size, or should I just go with the regular 47 millimeter and have a better battery life and more feature? Because they're very similar in feature, but let's say some watch face are going to have some option on the 7 that they won't be available on the 7S, which I just noticed on this one here. I can actually select a sport directly on the face, so you just have to press on the sport and it will lead you to the menu for the activity, and I cannot do that on the 7S. Why? I don't know. Maybe they're not up to date, but I updated them and they receive the they are into the current version, so maybe I'm doing something wrong. But anyways, so testing wise, I mean, it pretty much ended there. Like GPS is the same in both, so all the accuracy for the heart rate and the blood oxygen sensor, everything's the same. The results are the same. But look at the screen. There's not that much difference, but because it's bigger, I would say the 7S looks a little crisper, but color-wise, the 7 is better for some reason. Also, the bigger size definitely is going to benefit you when you do activities on with the maps and whatnot. But bottom line is whether you really want the smaller one or the big one if you don't care about battery life. If battery life is one of your main selling point, you will not want to buy the 7S Pro because it won't give you any better battery life than a regular older Sunto or older Fenix that is non-solar. So I mean, you really need to be under the sun for all day long. And even then, would you really recommend someone to stick his arm in the sun the whole freaking day just to gather as much light as possible to get the advertised battery life? It's kind of silly marketing, but it works. and it does work because I did like a few shorts where if you shut down the watch and leave it in the sun, it will actually gain charge. So in a very like in an emergency situation when you're stuck in the wood and you cannot recharge your battery with the charger, well, this still can save your life by just gathering charge from the sun when it's slow. So you can actually do your point with the watch and then shut it down, leave it on your backpack for the duration of your 2 point hike, and then just turn it back on and do the same thing. So here's what it looks like on my 6.25 inch wrist. So very small wrist. Um, the 49 lug to lug wears very nice. It's really comfortable. But like I said, it looks a little bulky because it's small and it still retains the 16 millimeter thickness. So this is how it looks. And I'm going to show you something that, I've seen a lot of people do, and it grinds my gear, all right? And when I see people showcasing big watches on very small wrists, and I've seen that countless time already, and they wear their watches at the end of the wrist, just like this, like over the bone. Okay, so my wrist bone is here, and they wear their watch like this in their videos or pictures. This is not how a smartwatch is meant to be worn. Okay, so it's not a fashion watch; it's a utility item that it's meant to be worn on the wrist, regardless of if it's too big for you or too small for you. That's how it's meant to be worn. So this is a 42 millimeter on my small wrist, and I will show you the 47 millimeter in size. And you tell me in the comments which one should I keep. And I really need an honest, advice, and I will go from there. But I'm pretty sold on the actual 7 Pro 47 millimeter. Because yes, it looks big, but like I said, if you're gonna wear G-Shock, it's gonna wear as big as this. Well, actually, G-Shock's gonna wear better because of the way they're designing their case and the way they integrate their bracelet. This is just like a big aviator watch. It's like a big fleeter. But yeah, battery life wise, I mean, I would rather keep the 7. So let me know in the comment which one should I keep. And if you want to watch some very educating videos about the Fenix 7 lineup of watches, I will leave link in the description for you. So I'll see you in the next video, and the next video is going to be about a real watch, not a smartwatch. Thank you all. See you later.